Hello, welcome back to the Wrestling Newsroom. I'm your host, All Things Wrestling, and today we're going to be looking at all the wrestling news from Thursday. We start with some speculation about Shane McMahon's direction within the storyline that's happening now. WrestleVotes on Twitter said, one of my sources said, just his speculation, Shane McMahon being the one to defeat Kofi for the title. So one of the rumours is kind of flown around that Shane McMahon will win the WWE title. And What Culture's video labelled the worst possible storyline ever. No, I don't think that would be the worst storyline ever. Lead to miscarriage. Katie Vick. Vince McMahon blowing himself up. There was a lot of bad storylines, and this isn't even in the top 10. If this does happen, I think we could see it happen. We'll have to wait and see what actually happens. But let's move on to other news. Shawn Spears, known as Ty Dillinger in WWE, has signed a deal with All Elite Wrestling. It was also said that he was barely able to appear at Double or Nothing since his 90 days no compete clause had just expired, which is why I'm glad that he got it. And then NXT spoiler here. I will put my hand up when we finish this. I'm not going to go through the entire thing. One thing I'd just like to mention. Candice LeRae tried to help Io Shirai and she turned on her. And then there's having an NXT breakout tournament, which is for stars that have not been on NXT TV. The brackets are BOA versus Jordan Miles, Irish Swerve Scott versus Cameron Grimes, Bronson Reed versus Dexter Lumis, Angle Garza versus Joaquin Wild, and the winner of this tournament will get a title shot of their choice. I think that's very interesting. I can't wait to see what happens with this tournament, because I like the idea of bringing in new stars this way. Spoilers over. But yeah, that's really cool. Really, really cool. Then Ric Flair was upset regarding Michaels, and he has issued an apology in a video to Shawn Michaels. He said, I wanted to take one moment to apologise to Shawn Michaels. Shawn, I got excited, I was upset about some stuff, and I took it out on you. I apologise. You and Ricky Steamboat will forever be the greatest wrestlers I've ever been in the ring with. Well, it's nice to see. Hopefully they're going to patch things up. And then Dave Meltzer talks about how WWE has been trying to convince fans to stay with the company. They're trying to convince people by saying your career will be over when you leave. They're trying to convince the fans of that too. Like, they're doing a lot of subtle things like local wrestlers on 205 Live. The idea that if you're not on WWE, then you're a joke. But obviously they said that to Cody, and look at what happened to him. So people are kind of figuring out that if they leave, their career isn't over, and they could be a lot happier outside of WWE. So that curtain has been raised to WWE. Then JBL is the latest WWE legend to come at the defense of Bill Goldberg and The Undertaker. He said, I saw some negative feedback on social media over the Undertaker and Goldberg match. I thought a lot of it was misguided. I wrestled Undertaker as much as anyone in WWE. I was top heel for a long period in 2003 to 2005. I think those were the years, and Undertaker was the top babyface. We wrestled every night, and after every TV taping, one trip in Europe, we had a run of very good matches, and out of the blue we had one that didn't work, a tag team match. I came back and Taker said, well, that didn't work out, and I laughed disappointedly and said, no, it didn't. The next night we had a good match. The point is, sometimes matches don't go well. I saw fans blaming age and ego for these guys competing. I know both, not Goldberg as well. And both don't need the money. They do this because they love it. They love being in front of the crowd, love entertaining. Don't we want those we watch to love what they do? I think both are still capable of competing at any level. This match just didn't work out like they or the fans wanted. Two great legends. I don't know where Undertaker ranks in the greatest of all time, but he's always in every conversation, and Goldberg was one of the biggest draws in the era that did monster ratings. I believe fans should look at it as understanding guys like this won't come along again and simply enjoying these two great legends. Complaining is part of being a fan sometimes. I certainly get that, and it's the fans' right. But what I wouldn't give to see Jordan out there for Chicago or Usain Bolt won the 100 meters final, and we get that opportunity with these guys, and I think that's what we should enjoy. Yeah, I get his comments that it didn't work out. I mean, I haven't slated it because, well, yeah, they're all legends, and just if Goldberg hadn't have got his battle wrong and had a concussion, the match probably would have worked out a lot better. And then John Cena talked about his status with WWE in the future. Whatever the next step is, it's essential that I'm contemplating. How do I fit in? Where do I fit in? And make extra, and it makes extra cute now with all these outside opportunities coming in. But it couldn't have happened at a better time. I'm not sure what my role is, but I know WWE is my family. As long as they'll have me, I'll never leave. Heck, I'll go to coach in Orlando at the Performance Center. It would be so shameful for that experience and the performance wisdom to go on to no one. Whether I had an opportunity to do Are You Smarter Than the Fifth Grader or Fast and Furious, or if I had none of that going on and I just had idle time, I would be having the same conversation with myself. I need to define what my new role is. That's the conversation I'm having with myself at 42 and performing for 16 years straight. Well, I do hope Cena does get a role in WWE. I do like him there. And then Dana Warrior is working hands-on with Lacey Evans. We don't know whether she's working with how she works with Lacey. All we know is that she works on her promos with her, which would explain why they sound half fucking baked half the time. And then Aleister Black is looking to be getting some kind of push. He beat Randy Orton on house shows on Sunday and Monday night, which is a little bit surprised because they don't usually put baby faces over at house shows, but they still don't have Randy Orton lose to people unless they are really pushing the guy. They usually put babyface over on house shows, so to have a heel win and for it to beat Randy Orton is a big sign. And then Impact Wrestling loses two big stars. The Lucha Brothers, Pentagon Jr. and Rey Fenix, I think I got the names right, are out of Impact Wrestling. So we don't know where they're going to go, but right now they're kind of on like the indie scene, so I'm hoping they start with AEW, to be honest. Then Stephanie McMahon talks about Saudi Arabia and women having a match. First off, she talked about Abu Dhabi and how it took 6 years for them to have a women's match, and they got This Is Hope chants from both men and women, little girls crying in the crowd just because they see what they could do eventually. This is what they could do. And Stephanie said that most likely in the near future you will see a women's match in Saudi Arabia because at the forefront of all this change, which I hope. Ooh. Okay. Former WWE and Impact Wrestling star Brodus Clay, aka Tyrus, is in the centre of the latest sexual harassment allegations at Fox News. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah, it came to the light. The host of the series of Un-PG with Brick McHenry. On multiple occasions, he sent unwanted and unsolicited text messages with lewd sexual comments. At this point, Brodus Clay has not put out a public statement. The Hollywood Reporter Jeremy Bard private messaged him on Twitter and got a response, no comment and don't message me again, before blocking him on social media platforms. So we'll have to keep you updated on that. But Brodus Clay perhaps being a sexual deviant. That's fun. I'm glad you enjoyed this newsroom. Smash that like button, share and subscribe, and I shall catch you all later. Bye.